to you by the Allen Kerr Farmers Insurance. They say that they have the service and the best protection for you and your family, and it's their #1 priority. If you call 225-3170, they will explain it to you. Let's get back and talk a little bit more here with Ed Gardner. And Ed, how many people do you have that you've talked to that are on the House side that will get behind this measure?
Well, we don't have the final draft out. I'm headed down after this show to get that. I have, I would say in the 30 to 35 range, and prudently, most legislators want to see a draft of the bill before they step up and get on. And we've got some numbers on, again, as I said, we've got some numbers on revenue estimates from the fees coming out, and we're in the ballpark. It's going to be really close, but it's important that you get your homework done before you get people to commit and be able to present them with the final draft. But the gist of it is in the $29 to $30 million range, and funds a trauma center without raising taxes, and put the burden where it ought to be, and expresses, indeed, this is a priority for our state, and of a projected $300 million surplus, we can redirect $11.4 million of it, and it doesn't massively grow a government-funded healthcare system into a rapidly growing sector without the funds going forward into the future. I just don't know that that's all that responsible. This gets it done without increasing taxes. I hope your listeners will express their support, and I quite frankly, he makes a misstep now and then. This is all in all a popular, good governor. I hope when the bill is prepared for consideration, we could actually convince him to support it. If the trauma center is a priority, I think we're one of the most taxed states in the region, but certainly people would agree this is not the time to be raising that kind of tax.
Are you concerned? I mean, I listened to the governor's state of the state, and what concerned me is I hear him talking about, let's put more money behind education in this state, and I look at that, 60 cents of every dollar that goes out of this government here in Arkansas goes for education. When is enough enough? I mean, I'm amazed by that. Does that concern you? He wants more money for education?
Well, I've in talking with people, I've said that this reminds me of someone spending a lot of time and effort to polish the chrome on a broken wheel. I think the governor's right about the priorities of the state in terms of education and economic development. I just disagree in his approach in a lot of ways, and certainly throwing money into substantially the same system doesn't seem to make sense to me when we've seen some arguable small academic gains in terms of testing. If you extrapolate how much money we've thrown at the system for the gains we've achieved, we would be bankrupt long before the education system in the state performs as everybody wants.
All right, Ed Gardner, my guest. Ed, thanks for stopping by.
Anytime.
It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you.
We'll be keeping in touch with you. Come on back, visit us next week. Tell us where you're at with that piece of legislation.
I will tell your folks to call the Capitol, call their representative, because that works.
Well, you just told them.
There you go.
Right.
All right.
A break
Thank you.
and then more here on